Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy, and welcome back to another Minecraft horror map. Today we are playing, I believe it's called Panoris Origins, Episode 2, Dolf's Story. This is a direct sequel to the map we played previously, which was Panoris Origins Episode 1, Kate's Story. And in case you're confused, here's a timeline of the entire Panoris series. It's more complex than Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul combined. In 2005, there was a tragedy. In 2010, there was a tragedy. The first tragedy and the final tragedy. In 2013, we saw Panoris Origins Episode 1. In 2017, this is the one we're playing right now, Episode 2, and also Panoris High occurred at the same time. And then in 2017, there was a third tragedy, which came after the final tragedy, and that's when Panoris Newland High is supposed to be played. And then 2018 is Panoris Origins Episode 3, which is not out yet. Now that we're caught up, let's play Dolf's Story. This map was released a handful of weeks ago. So, whenever I released Episode 1, Kate's Story, it was around the time that this map was released. So here we go. This is Dolf's Story. This map's got some pretty cool models, some cool music. The last map was a lot of reading. It was pretty much reading from top to bottom. So we'll see if this map is the same or if it's different. This music's really loud though. I'll have to turn it down a lot in editing. I called the first video of Panoris High, I called it Strange Things. So I guess this one is Stranger Things Happening. So that's what this video is going to be called. Yeah. Okay, well this is surprising. The shortcut still exists. Nature doesn't seem to care about taking back their land as much as I thought. Either way, hello there, Panoris High, my old friend. It has been a while. Alright, here we are. We are here in Panoris High. And it looks like we can't open doors, so we should just go through this open door right here. Here we are. Okay, okay, hold on. So we need a gold key, I think. Kate's Story was a lot of walking into different rooms and watching a cutscene. Hopefully this one might be less than that. I already see we need a key, which is a good sign. That's cool. This is, of course, the same map we were on previously because it is the same school. So that should be an enjoyable thing for us. Maybe you can recognize some of the locations. This is some very intense music for me exploring. By the way, hello? That's a skeleton. Snakes? And what is this? Dorothea's Ring Last Remains. Was I supposed to be able to get up here? Can you just jump up this? Huh, okay. Snakes. Those darn traitors. Paula and Amy invited me to come over to the main hall. They said they managed to put up a meeting between me and that crush of mine. Of course I was foolish enough to come over. To my surprise, it wasn't a lie. He actually came over. We talked a bit while he was playing with his blue hair. Is that Ninja? Which actually made me think for a moment. I could have a chance for a good relation for once. Just like Eliza and Tawn had, when I wanted to tell myself to stop dreaming. He actually came closer and held me close in a hug, while Paul and Amy were watching from a distance. I couldn't believe this was happening. It was too good to be true. And it was. The next moment I felt a sharp pain and a warm feeling from my stomach, and I coughed up a nasty flavor. When I looked down, I saw a knife stab deep within my stomach. I yelled at Paul and Amy for help. They screamed and ran away quickly. As I sweared at them and coughed up more blood, everything became dark. When I woke up, I was chained up with my stomach cut wide open. You're a trooper for surviving that. The blood dropping out of it together with some of my intestines, stuck with that burning sharp pain and not being able to move for as long as I remember. The only other person in the room was a young girl, with her face torn and cut, playing with her toys. Nice. Okay, and this is Dorothea's ring, which was a ring that belonged to a student found around the finger of the skeleton, which is a very large skeleton. And I got another book. It's called Dorothea Bluven. Name, Dorothea Bluven. Dude, it is Ninja. That's supposed to be Blevin. Ninja Tyler Blevin. Class 1010, status deceased, means of death, bled out by stabbing. Dorothea used to be quite a nice girl. I had the luck to have been able to see her true side. She usually puts up a fake front to be able to blend in with the popular girls of the class. Because of this fake front, most know her as a girl who's way too full of herself. Who let people fall if she doesn't have any use of them anymore? A girl who got a lot of admirers. Well, I knew her as a cheerful girl, who tries her best to make her family proud. She had an interest in the violin and wishes to do something with music in the future. I once visited one of her performances in the theater in Rosegard Village nearby, which was also the only time I visited that village honestly. It is just as abandoned as Panoris High in its current state. According to the description, it must have been Pete who stabbed her, because, well, he's the only blue-haired person beside me who I know of. Am I ninja too? They also have shared interest in each other before. Such a shame. I hope she's able to have her violin career in the afterlife, but according to the last page, I doubt she would have gotten that happy ending. So as you can see, it's a lot of reading. A lot of reading. Now oh. Okay, another skeleton. I was smart enough to keep the guide pulled up in case I needed it. The walkthrough, because I needed the walkthrough for the previous one, but hopefully not this one. Okay, oh, by the way, we're getting achievements. We got the achievement Origins for starting, Betrayal for Dorothea, and Punishment for Betty. Anyway, you can see this map is just reading. You read, and then you walk, and then you read. Being caught by Mr. Down is a big red flag. With all the rumors going around, no one wants to end up at his office. Let me move a little closer. Of course, Dorothea busted me, and here I am. Oh, so Betty was busted by Dorothea, and wasn't this Dorothea? Yeah. Well, of course, it is nothing more than ghost stories. That was the first thought I had when I entered his office. Such naive thoughts. This is the same school where a massacre happened in '05, and it still stands till this day with students. Those rumors about the massacre and our Class 10 being in the exact same circumstances as Class 10 15 years ago. Maybe it is better to be tortured to death by this evil professor rather than this curse. By the way, yeah, the massacre they're talking about, there's like a curse over the school or something. It wasn't really a massacre, though. It was like one death in Kate's story. Anyway, that's not a great word to use when you're talking about a school setting. Just call it the curse. It's better. This is strange. I thought Mr. Down was, a man. But there is a young girl here instead. I really don't like the... What is happening with her face? Well, what? Stay away. Where is my crucifix? I guess the silver nugget has to do. Okay, she left. Wait, what am I doing in this room? The smell. Oh no. No, no, no. Am I next? Through the windows, the girl from earlier smirked. Half of her face burned away. Second reference to Vince Gilligan's and Peter Gould's television shows, but that's a Gustavo Fring moment right there. She waves and throws a burning lucifer on the oil that was placed there before. A loud giggle and a even worse... my apologies. A loud giggle and a ever worse inhumane screech was heard under the full moon of 10. Alright, boom. So that is Burning Sensation. Do we get like a lore book from her as well? Or no? I guess not. Okay. We got like the Dorothea Bluven Dolph book. I kind of want the Betty book. How do I get the Betty book? Give me the Betty book. Whatever. Maybe we'll come back for it. Okay, room 1 appears to have nothing in it right now, so I'm going to leave the door open because I've been in there. This room as well doesn't appear to have much. Lightning strike. Ominous. Ominous. Nothing in here. And this is another hallway. Okay, let's start at the end and then we'll run some laps. Laps, laps, laps. Alright, here we are. So this is a little botany area outside. I see a chest. Some paper and some beetroot soup. That's right, we have hunger in this map. It's a very weird thing, but yeah, we've got hunger, so I can't sprint around for forever. Oh, by the way, this map said it would take between 10 and 30 minutes, depending on how much I explore. So, probably going to be a little long, because it's already been like 10 minutes, and we are not at the end of the map. Hello? Oh, that's right, this was the room where Kate went into here and disappeared. I think. Alright. Let's continue. Oh, nothing? That's a big TV. The resolution on that, not the resolution, the aspect ratio on this television here is wicked messed up. It's literally 2:1. That'd be like watching your TV instead of like a 1920 by 1080 or 1920 1080. It'd be like watching it in like 4000 to 2000. You just get a big, it's like an ultra wide monitor. I don't like ultra wide monitors. If anyone here is watching with an ultra-wide monitor, let me know in the comment section what you like most about your ultra-wide monitor, because I don't like them in concept. Gym. Okay, this is to the gym. Huh. Oh, this was a treasure chest in the previous map. Now it is a basketball. Alright. Oh, let's see if they patched the way you could escape the map. Oh, there's another skeleton. And they didn't. No. Alright, so I'm going to show this off real quick. We're going to go back to that skeleton in a minute. By the way, I know it's pronounced skeleton, but it's funnier to call it skeleton. Oh my god, the Dear Ricky book is still here. This is from the first one. This is funny. Look, it says Dear Ricky, R-I-C-K-I-E. Oh, and then there was another book in the previous map where it's spelled R-I-C-K-Y. Anyway, you can just jump out here and leave if you so wanted to. You could just run out and then you've escaped the map. So, by the way, this music is very intense. Any chance it stops? Also, didn't the timeline say it took like 3 years or 4 years between this story and the previous one? This is David's dodgeball. Why the heck would it take so long? Basically at the end of the previous one. See, I got the David Court one. I'm going back for Betty's book. I'll be right. I'll read that in just a moment. This is a good time for me to explain what I was talking about. In the previous map, it ends with Kate sending a letter to Dolf. And it says, Dolf, you need to come to Panoris High. I'm trapped. I need help. And so Dolf goes to Panoris High. That's presumably the end of the map. Please give me the Kate book. Or the Betty book. We just don't get a Betty book. That sucks. I want to know Betty's lore. Right, well, we'll move on. Let's go back to the gym, and then we can read the dodgeball book. Take a nice moment of non-reading. A little bit of strolling and scrolling through the page. Hey, scroll down to the bottom and like the video. Leave a comment, hit subscribe. Dodgeball by David. Well, the training for the dodgeball training is going well. To clarify, he is not playing dodgeball, and he is not training for dodgeball. He is training to train for dodgeball. He is training to train to play dodgeball. Today, our last practice match is happening. Before the big match this Saturday, they seem to have invited a guest team over. This is pretty weird. No one has come from our team. However, our opponents are here. They are just way more than expected guests. Quite some will sit on the side. They are with 20 or so. The weirder thing is how they look. They all seem to have a similar style. All the same sports outfit, and all the boys got short bowl cuts. Short cut bowls. My apologies. They got cut bowls. Their bowls are cut. All the girls got their hair in braids. No one has come yet. I will ask the coach or we can move the match. 20 versus 1 seems to be a bit unfair. Coach said I have to play against them either way, on my own. Oh well, not like I got a choice in the matter. Here goes nothing. The boy was shivering on the other side of the field, both hands on the dodgeball. While we came closer with our group of 20 each with a dodgeball in our hand. Did he really think this was a friendly match? Of course not. So they slayed him in a match of they hit him with so many dodgeballs that he became a skeleton. David Court. Name, David Court. Class 1010. Means of death plummeted. Plummeted? I think he means pummeled. Plummeted implies falling. Yeah, he was playing dodgeball and then he fell down the mountain. Captain of the school's football club during my school years. Seems to have a bunch of backlash. What? Yeah, that's a good reason to get backlash, I guess. Very stereotypical. Always on top and also quite full of himself. He is overprotective to those close to him and would throw himself before those close to him to catch a bullet. That's what he claims, at least. Been with him in elementary school and can confirm he speaks of the truth. We just seem to have grown farther away from each other from the first year forward already. Okay, cool. Thanks for the lore. Thank you for the lore. I thought it was a treasure chest. It's not. Okay. So we can't open these doors, right? Oh, we can open this one. Oh, lordy. Don't make me check every single room. This door was open. Oh, I don't want to check every single room. Is there a redstone trail? There is a redstone trail. Okay, I'm pretty sure it probably just wants us to follow the redstone trail. Right over to here. And then over to here. And like open this. There we go. Oh, I got Mora. Oh, Mora was from was from the previous one as well. Mora was a friend of Kate. Actually, we have the book Dear Mora by Kate. Let's read the Mora book first. Nope. That one says start Dear Kate. Let's start with the Mora book, Dear Mora. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there for you, Mora. Don't you dare worry though, Mora. We will meet again. I just know it, even if it is the next world. It'll be no problem. And if you read just the bolded one, it says I-N-E-E-D-H I-N-D-E-E. No, what does it say? I-N-E-E-D. I-N-E-D. Oh, I need T-L-P? Oh, help. It says I need help. I-N-E-E-D-H-E-L-P. That was tricky. Mora. Poor Kate, she was in such a bad condition when she came back home as the only survivor of the first tragedy. Losing two precious friends that shortly after each other is just unbearable. I can speak out of experience myself, sadly. That reminds me, I asked her about the reason one of the classrooms on the second floor was always boarded off. She was quiet for a long while before telling that it just doesn't get used a lot anymore. Yeah, of course, sis, there were multiple classrooms that didn't get used anymore, and always the same few classrooms we used to have class in. That boarded up room might be worth checking out. Lovely. We have a direction. Let's very quickly dash up to the second floor though, because in the original map, room 10 had lore for us, I believe. Pain. Oh, this is the Pain book. I think it just says pain a lot, right? Pain Y. Yeah, okay. Oh. Your fault. I don't think I ever saw this. This is probably from the other map, but I didn't ever see that. Interesting. Alright, so we need to go to the second floor. There's a classroom on the second floor, is what we're being told. So let's loop back around and try and find the classroom in question. Okay. I suppose then that would be... Can I get into here? No, it says Cap OT. Probably keep out, but it got scrubbed away over time. I can't get to Hall 11 because I don't have a key, but I know I will eventually need to get there. Let's go to the second floor now. Drama class. Okay. Why in heaven's name would you go up the stairs just to go back down the stairs? Mini shop. Today's special fresh fingers of the young skin of the pig. I actually will take this because I need it. But why would you go up the stairs to go into the drama class to go down the stairs? That doesn't make any sense at all. Look, here we go. We went up and now we get to go down. And now we're in the basement. We have to go to the second floor to go to the basement. I see the skeleton. We'll check on the skeleton in just a moment. Time to Shine by Pete. This is Pete's Lucky Charm. We're also sort of running out of inventory space. Let me clean this up a little bit. I'll keep the bread and I'll keep the apples. I'll get rid of the mutton. There we go. Oh, we don't need the pain book either. Okay, Time to Shine by Pete. I'm so nervous. It is almost time. I've been practicing for this role for so long. Once I bit through, the spotlight will be mine. At long last, people will finally see me for what I'm worth. Will I make it? Will I fail? I'm not too sure. All I know is that I spent countless days for this one chance. That leading role will be mine. Here I go. One more practice round before that curtain opens up for all to see. Here come the curtains. Wait, why do I hear screaming? Up? I'm fine, all. Just blacked out for a bit. Wait a second. Why are my limbs bound to the ropes? Why do I have such a painful headache? Why do I hear a giggle of the young girl saying, "Dance, puppet"? Huh, interesting. Can I get some lore about Pete, please? Can I get the Pete lore? Pete lore. Pete lore. Nope, Pete and Betty don't deserve lore. Alright. So, I will say that this disappearance trend that's occurring reminds me a lot of Dead by Daylight lore. I don't know if anyone here plays Dead by Daylight, but it reminds me of the lore of Dead by Daylight where people will be going about their days and then like a black fog would encompass them and then they'd be teleported into Dead by Daylight. Like that sort of thing, it just sort of reminds me. Okay, Susan gets lore. Whatever. It reminds me of that. Oh, we have Susan's shard And The Diary by Susan. Tragedy, week 1. Something unthinkable happened. 4 of my classmates mysteriously deceased this week. It was split over 3 days. I am talking with Mora because I can't handle this. Why do I need to see that? Why did I need to see this many bodies from people that are around the same age as me? This isn't supposed to be an age where you have to mourn. I am gonna talk with Mora. I know she is the class president. I am supposed to support my classmates through these times. But there is only as much I can do, you know? I also need someone where I can express my sorrows instead of trying to put up the strong front the whole darn time. Tragedy, week 2. This just isn't a coincidence anymore. Something more is at play. 3 more classmates passed this week. Beside that, I keep having nightmares about this ghostly figure who I couldn't make out the face from. She is young and keeps on spouting nonsense to herself. Or did she try to reach me? Tragedy, week 3. I saw the face. I saw her face. Why did it have to be her? No. That sounds like Cleveland from Family Guy. I have to contact Kate and Moore right away. I think I see them. But why are they sobbing? Why are they on the ground watching this figure hang on the ceiling? Wait. Okay, and then Susan's book. Susan got hunged. She was also in class 10. Everyone else was in class 1010. 1010. But she was just in 10. Okay, that's weird. She saw herself. Susan was the 3rd member of my sister Kate's main trio of herself, Moore, and Susan, which is actually quite a coincidence. Because my group, during my time at Panoris, was also a trio. Me, Eliza, and Ton. And, well, just like my sister, I'm the only one left. If Kate is still alive, then that is... Alright, Dolph, you need to get your head straight. You will find the bodies of Ton and Eliza for sure. If I'm already getting worried about the state of my sister, even though she recently wrote me, then God knows how I can get through finding those too. Back to Susan. She seems to have some kind of connection to the 2nd principal of Panoris, because once again there have been a total of 3 principals during the short time that this school existed, which is strange occurrence on its own. See, strange things. Usually a principal stays for a good 30 years at a school, right? My middle school had 10 in the past 10 years, so it's not that uncommon. I mean, my old middle school. I'm not in middle school anymore. I'm in college. I'm a grown up. I'm all grown up. How comes that in the span of 10 plus years, the position was changed 3 times? From 2000 to 2005, Susan's mother was the principal. Well, just ask Susan's mom. From 2005 to 2010, after the first tragedy, a new principal, being Eliza's dad, got the position. Kate told me she didn't know what happened to the old principal. She just said he just disappeared after the first tragedy. She guessed he just got fired after what happened over his watch. What is a legit reason to get fired, I suppose. Once again, I have no clue who the first principal was. Kate didn't know anyone related to him either. I hope I might be able to find out more about the 1995 to 2000 during this exploration, but they will try to delete that first reign out of their history books, I suppose. So you see, right here it says Susan's mother was the principal, and then it says she didn't know what happened to the old principal. She said he just disappeared. I guarantee, is she referring to the mother as he, or is she assuming that the other principal before the mother? That's the same classroom. Okay, that's a hallway. The music stopped, and honestly, I kind of miss it. Hey, the library? Is there a skeleton in here? That'd be a great place for a skeleton. But alas, no skeleton. Seriously, where's the music? Now I miss it. Miss the intense music. Oh, there's a skeleton there. I saw his toes. Thomas, the frozen core and the new job. Let's step outside here in case the door feels like closing. We're collecting a lot of these things. Let's start with new job. I managed to get a job offer from Carl. I managed to get a job offer from Carl from the mini shop. The pay is pretty well, so I obviously decided to accept without thinking twice. Well, I thought I was able to stay behind the cash register the entire day and give some frozen beads to them and call it a day. But it turns out they left away the actual tasks I have to do out of the application. So instead of staying the entire day in the warm shop behind the cash register, I am now stuck in the cooler upstairs, and even worse, I need to keep going up and down with crates the entire day. So it became another late day. I've managed to close off the mini shop, and am now about to bring the goods to the cooler like I usually do at the end of the week. But it seems like I still heard something coming from the mini shop. But the weird thing is the school's already closed. Okay, This is a weird school. They all live here. In the previous map, Susan and what's her name? Jennifer? Not Kate. Susan and the other one lived in the dorms. We haven't seen. Oh, we did see the dorms. Why do they have a? I don't get what this school is. It's a high school, but they live here, and they have a shop. I ignored and went straight into the cooling room, but then I suddenly saw the reason there was still light in the school. A young girl was at the other side of the door. I looked confused at her and asked her, or she is lost. She replied, I have been lost for many years. Then that smile turned to something disgraceful and something terrifying, and she closed the door. And I heard a loud clank and knew it was the end of the line. So some of these people, it makes sense for them to be able to write. Like Thomas, he could have written while he was freezing to doom. But how did David write as he's getting pelted by dodgeballs? I managed to get a job offer from... Oh wait, I just read that. I gotta read this one now. He was hypothermia'd. He's from 0501. Still haunted to see Thomas his remains, lying here frozen in the time. I used to like that guy. We had some common interests, but he was generally the person most people agreed to be able to get along well with. But never really more than that either. Somewhere it seems like that would be tough for Thomas, but no one really ever got in a fight with him, and if not for the curse, end of the sentence, I am sure he would have found an actual job that he likes in life. Rest well, Thomas. Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Thomas for resting well. This is the right way, I think. Oh! I've reached the end of the room. Well, I have so many of these things. I need progress. Anyone know where progress is? I can check the walkthrough now. Honestly, I made it like almost half an hour. Let's check the walkthrough. Okay, yeah, this is just about when I needed the walkthrough on the first one. It's because the game, you just have to go back. And I will go back, but apparently I missed 2 things in here. I missed 2 sets of remains in this flooded building. So we want to get these first, and then we can do anything else. 2 sets or 1 set? There's supposed to be Pete and like Hendrik or something. Let's say water treatment. It says water treatment. Okay, I need to... There's supposed to be something in here. Is there not? Oh, am I drowning? Jeez, that's frightening. I was just reading the walkthrough. Let's read the walkthrough live. After the cutscene, start off with going to the overflowed shack and jump in the hole in the lower right corner. Once you're in the shack, swim up to the middle and get to the higher floor here. You can go... What? Okay, this is clearly that. Boom. Okay. Okay, I'm in here. This is a place I can stand without getting watered. Okay. Once you're in the shack, swim up in the middle and you get to a higher floor here. You can enter a entrance, shift to get through it, and grab Hendrik's watch from the closet. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Okay. Never would have found this in a million years. But hey, Hendrik's watch. And it says push. And Hendrik gets lore. He drowned. Oh gosh. I couldn't move a single muscle of my body. Unlike my ancestors in the Navy, I wasn't prepared for this, a sudden change of fate. But of course it would be shameful if I would just lay down and die. But it is hard with my muscles being numb. More bits of wood falls from the roof of the shack, which used to be our water treatment plant. Ironic that the plant was made. Make the poisonous water here drinkable. Yet here I am, dying of the same water either way. Wait, I can see an opening, with light on the other side. Is this my savior? As I swim towards the hole. Period. Suddenly, on the other side of the hole, a terrifying face of a young girl appeared. Her eyes was blackened out, and her face was filled up with tears and cuts. I screamed, and with the last bit of breath left in my lungs, the girl whispered to me, "Join me. I have also been forgotten by the others. No one cared to look around for me." As I tried to embrace the girl, I saw a glimpse of the future. He stood downwards behind the girl next to the door looking at me. And then everything became dark. Hendrik drowned. Hendrikus was always a loud presence in our class. He was known for his dirty sense of humor. He used to be quite proud of his family's accomplishments within the Navy. I'm not really a military specialist, but his dad was a commander within the Navy, which he now boasts about, so now and then to friends and classmates alike. Shame, really, but well, I am sure I will find even more corpses, so no time to grief. I'll take my sweet time once I'm reunited with my sister. Still, it's tough to read those last notes. During the last tragedy, the school just announced that each time they found a new body. Then they urges everyone to stay in their dorms. But of course no one did. Everyone just ran somewhere hoping they could hide from the curse. Then again, what can I say? I can still live with my life. This can't be said for Hendrikus. In Harry Potter, when, like, a ghost got petrified, they were gonna send everyone home. How is this school having actual, casualties? And they're like, I don't know, try and stay in your room, guys. That's ridiculous. Okay, there's one more that we missed, and I'm going to read the walkthrough for this one as well. This is Pete's. Head into the canteen, which is in the big door left from where you got Hendrikus's remains. Now head to the canteen, which is the big door at the left from where you got out at Hendrikus his remains. Head upstairs in this canteen and go inside the drama class. Oh, I already got Pete's. I already got Pete. I just missed the one. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's fine. That first one was really hard to find. This is where we needed to go, though. A Finger Salad and Carl by Dolf. I have 2 copies of Carl by Dolf. I think that's an error. I don't know Carl's story. I just know Carl. He's starvation or bled out. Carl, what happened to you? It is depressing to see that you ended up it is depressing to see that you ended up in this state of sanity. I hope the afterlife isn't too cruel to you. Take care. You must watch my videos. He did my outro. What the heck? Okay. So, Carl was the last one. Okay, now we have to go outdoors again. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to find all this out. Alright, and then that's open now. Ay, ay, ay. By the way, this is not an accurate... 10 to 30 minutes is not an accurate time. A single bit. Okay, but it looks like from the walkthrough we have Pauline, Micah, Ton, and Eliza, and that's it. Okay. How many doors? That's too many doors. No one needs that many doors. What is this supposed to be? Oh, like a water slide? Oh, hey, we got the key to Hall 11. Nice. The Abyssal Slide. The Abyssal Slide. I feel like that's something people would say in Darkest Dungeon. As a child, I always wanted to have a slide, so I decided to go to the pool with my buddy Mike. We slided down the slide, but it felt way longer than the last time. It was almost as if the corridor repeated itself, but there it was, the light at the end of the slide. Wait a second. Where did all the water go? That's one of the funniest ones, I think. Okay, so now we have this key to Hall 11, which means we should probably go to Hall 11. And, that's back at the school. So let's walk this way, and we can leave. Wait a minute. Where did all the water go? Splat. Gruesome, but kind of funny. Oh, and now I'm starving. Let me eat steak, because every other food I have is very bad for long term. Okay. A skeleton! And another skeleton! This is Ton and Eliza. Okay. Again, I have 2 books of... Oh, wait. One of these is tattered? Is that the same thing with Carl? No, Carl was straight up 2 copies of the same book. Okay, let's start with the tattered one. It is so cold here. Oh, it's 10 pages long. Lord have mercy. Here we go. It is so cold here. I have been wandering in this darkness for years now. I'm praying this book finds someone on the other side of that strange rift. For now, I'll be recording my experiences in this strange dimension. See, guys, strange things. I met some strangers around here who turned out to not exactly be strangers like I had expected. I mainly spend my days here wandering around with a girl called Mora. She seems to have been the first victim of the first tragedy. I asked her to help me not accidentally come face to face with my old classmates. She agreed to, even though she didn't mention, end of sentence, it might be good for me to just talk with them, but I simply am not ready yet. Mora told me that dimension is called the Dend dimension. It seems to be the dimension from an older school which even preceded Panoris High called Dender Junior High. I asked, or she may have found any unfamiliar faces. She said she met a few through the years, but they all turned out to be part of the second cursed class, like what basically is the first, oh gosh, like they call it, which basically is the class where I came from. She didn't meet anyone from the so-called Dender Junior High School yet. However, another classmate of Mora, Kate, told that the students from Dender High are most likely trapped in what remains of this school within our current dimension, so she's trying to find a way to break inside the school. I had the chance to talk with Kate. It turns out that besides being the sister of my old buddy Dolf, she was actually the sole survivor, that's a Dead by Daylight perk, of the first tragedy, and she explained that Dolf is the sole survivor, still a Dead by Daylight perk, of the second tragedy. Kate managed to talk with the so-called judge, who is kind of a direct connection between the living and the dead. Thanks to the judge, a past being within the den can cross over to the dimension of the living. However, no one is doing it because of the corruption risk. Simply put, the judge told us that the survivors of the curse can enter the den with their own intent. The catch is that only one survivor can enter the den at a time. If another survivor enters the den, the one who's in it will automatically be kicked out. There seems to be a disturbance within the den. For the first time in 7 years, new faces started appearing in this dimension. Mora is trying to calm them down and explain what this dimension is to them. Kate, by some reason, seemed to have disappeared. Ton, cause of death unknown. Class 10 of 2010. I'm sorry, man. I should have tried to stop you harder. I should have tried harder to stop you from going after her in the final year of our school. It hurts to not even be able to see your remains. Yeah, he's just a face. Okay, and I am completely out of inventory space for all intents and purposes. So I can fit Eliza. Okay, Ton's scarf up right here. This one says, Hey Dolf, I heard from Skylar that you finally found peace within your fear of the school. Who's Skylar? Oh, Lord. If you read this, that even means you managed to step back inside. Know that I am proud of how far you came. We might not be able to have an actual conversation. That seems like something I can only do with Skylar by some reason, but the judge gave me a few tips on how to do ghostwriting. Who is the judge? Is the judge the Teke Teke that we saw at the end of the previous map? Because that doesn't make sense. So yeah, what I found out is that Skylar can somehow have a normal conversation with us. And another interesting thing is that I actually found out who the principal was from the Lost Years from 1997 to 2000. In the other book it said 95. The man was named Edward Rosegard. He is also the person who came up with plans for the construction of Panoris High. Without him, the school would have never existed in the first place. Well, one of the other souls I usually interact with is called Larissa Rosegard, so she shares her last name with that principal. Besides that, like you probably already know, the nearby village is also called Rosegard Village. I think the connection those two places has will help us with finally finding out what happened here. I tried to ask Larissa about Edward, but well, she ran away crying after I explained it to her, so I am certain they got a connection. But I won't be bugging her anytime soon. It is better if she cooperates on her own terms. Eliza got decapitated. Didn't they all get decapitated? Not a single skeleton had their head on their head. I was afraid of this moment, but there seems to be a calmness around here. I don't feel that dread that I felt at the bodies of the other classmates during this trip. She was finally able to find her place in the afterlife. I wonder, was it true what Skylar told me? Did they actually manage to save Eliza's soul and finally give her the time to go on? Either way, it is relieve this calmness. It is good for a change. Okay, great. My inventory is actually full to the max. Actually full. What do I do now? What do I do now? I look at the walkthrough and it says I have to leave. How do I leave? It's... Okay, let me read it. Enter the building. Yes, okay. Now, before you go to dolf'S, make sure you have all the remains, because I did make a teleport back to the school, but forgot to make one back to the Hall of Remains. If you teleport... Okay, how do I teleport back? It says it like it's a task I should know how to do. I guess I'd just wander around until I find a way to leave. Alright, so I went to this chest to organize everything, and we're missing one set of remains. And that's why that's why it's not appearing. It is another set in the pool house. There's Pauline in the pool house and Micah in the pool house. And this is Micah's, this is Mike the Duck. And Pauline's we don't have yet. So I'm guessing we have to pick that up, and then we'll be able to leave. Somehow. I don't know. Oh, Lord, I just got teleported back because I didn't turn around. Here we go, okay. I'm pretty sure it's just somewhere. It's just in this maze of doors somewhere, so, you know, we'll figure it out, I guess. Pauline's mirror. Great. Headache. Let's speed read. There's your skeleton. Oh, hey. I see through the map. The door's stuck. The cabin is starting to collapse. I'm kicking the door, but nothing is happening on the other side. I try to reuse the rubble to break the door down, but every time I hit, even more bricks fall onto me. I can't move anymore. My body is buried deep. The next moment, a sharp pain hit my head, and everything went black. When I woke up, I pulled myself out of the rubble and quickly wanted to run to get help. I realized I wasn't at the pool anymore. Everything was just surrounded with darkness. That is actually, that's just Dead by Daylight. Okay, so if anyone's playing along, you need Hendricus's watch, Pete's lucky charm, Dorothea's ring, the silver nugget from Betty, David's dodgeball, Mora's tome, Susan's shard, the frozen core from Thomas, the finger salad from Carl, Pauline's mirror, Mike the duck, Liza's handkerchief, and Tom's scarf. That's what you need. And then I'm pretty sure the door where we started is open now. That's what I would assume, because that's a door. No, it is not. Okay, well, I guarantee I have everything now. I feel like that's a very fair guarantee. I don't think I'm missing a single item. I just don't know how to leave. Through the main door? Maybe the main door is open now? Or like the room to Hall 10? We'll see. What was that? Oh. Oh. Okay, so maybe because I had things out of order that wasn't appearing? My old house key. Time to ask Skylar what all this means. Who is Skylar? Are we gonna find that out? Is this Cole? There it is. Okay. Skylar, I'm laggy. I mean, I'm home. Kate! Is that actually you? Well, is it? Ah, yeah! Dolph, finally! It is so good to see you again. I see that my will found you. I must say, though, I'm surprised to see you here. I thought you used your intent to get inside the den, but we are both here in the dimension of the living. We already started to mourn way before you will arrived. It really is bizarre to be here with you again, but I am glad for sure. Now, for the bigger picture. How did you get outside the den without a survivor swap? I can explain why. There's a third tragedy going on right now, or it has just ended. The victims that arrived in the den when I was still there said they were from Newland High. Actually, I met a person named Skylar who gave me the courage to visit Panoris High again after all these years. They said they were from a school called Newland High. Don't tell me that is the sister location I heard about. Kate nods. Yes, that is the sister location. I didn't meet anyone called Skylar when I was in the den, though, so let's hope they are fine. Either way, Dolph, I wanted to tell you what I found out in the den, so I've just sent the journal that Tom wrote over there to you. But in the meantime, I had an interesting conversation which might actually help us with breaching the barrier between the world of the living and the den. I talked with the judge in the den who called himself Bodia. He told me that one of the ways to let spirits freely move between the dimensions was to have one survivor of each tragedy be together at an area where the barrier between both dimensions is thin. That way multiple survivors can enter the den at the same time, and we can continue looking for a way within the den to free all those spirits. Those spirits. Actually is what it says. Free those spirits. You have anything else to say? I get that was a long message, but I kept up. I'm gonna eat some bread. There we go. Oh, hey, give me that back. Oh, I took a shirt off. Oopsies. But that means we first need to find out who survived the ongoing tragedy. Do you by chance know how to contact Skylar? Yeah, let's write a letter to Newland High where we offer support for whoever survived because of our own experiences. I'm sure Skylar or whoever they were friends with would get the hint. Okay. I'm following the idea. Sounds like a plan. Let's get started. Alright. The end of Dolf's story. To be continued episode 2, Pia's... It's too long. If you wish to get some extra lore, try to collect all of last remains. Okay. Hi there, this concludes Golf's story. I tried a different approach to the story after getting some criticism about walls of text in the Panoris series. So do let me know if you enjoyed this better, if you prefer the scenes instead. Next episode will be the final one of this trilogy, Pia's story. Thank you for playing a map and the continued support for the series. Map creator, I preferred probably the cutscenes. This was okay. My inventory got way too full with all the books. I prefer the cutscenes. At the end of the day, it's just reading though, so however you want to skin the reading is fine. That's not Dorothea's ring, that's Dorothea's ring. We collected all of them, by the way, so we're gonna go ahead and toss them in. Oh, nope, we got the dodgeball next. David's dodgeball and the silver nugget. Susan's shard. This is for some lore, by the way. I'm gonna talk about the lore after we finish this, so don't worry if you're wondering what I think about the lore. Okay. Eliza's handkerchief. And the finger salad, it doesn't count. Dear Dolf by Pia. Dear Dolf, thank you for your letter to Newland High. Skylar told me a bit about the brief meeting between you two. They are currently in the hospital after a near-death experience. So I'm afraid they can't come back to Panoris High right now. So you will have to do it with me for now. I will be taking the plane to a city near Rosegard Village. But first, we need to fix some things over here, so it might take a little bit longer. Either way, thank you for the kind words, and I'll stay in contact with you. Sincerely, Pia Rosegard. So that's obviously... Oh, I gotta go into land. That's obviously Rosegard, as in the guy, the first principal, the town, etc., etc. This is probably Rosegard. Just want to take a little peek at it. We're probably going to be playing here at the start of Pia's story. I plan to play Pia's story. So I guess, yeah, let's talk. Let me make the... Oh, I can't toggle downfall in this version. Let me make the weather clear. Let's talk about this. So I guess if you guys are interested in the lore, I'm just going to talk about the lore for a while. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you guys want to stick around and hear my thoughts on the lore, then let's talk lore. So, what I think my issue is with this series of maps, is that it's like 3 series at once. There's like the Panoris series, the Origins series, and there's like another one. And I don't know what is... Like, what's the Teke Teke is just chilling? What the heck? It's a block. That's funny. Are you a block too? Yes, he's a granite wall. He's the thumbnail for this video. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Basically, there is like 3 maps happening right now. Like, the timeline said like Kate's story, and then now you play Dolf's story, but also regular Panoris High happens now, which I've never played. So I've only played Kate's story and this story, and I feel like I'm missing a lot of the lore. There was a part where it's just like Skylar. I'm like, who is Skylar? Right? That is weird. And also, there's like a lack of continuity between the 2 maps, that just between the 2 Origins maps. Like, how did Kate escape the Teke Teke? Why was a Teke Teke even there? You know? Last we saw of Kate, she was in the den, as they like to call it. The Upside Down, whatever. And her and Mora, I think, were trying to escape, and it was like, wait, Mora isn't really Mora, because she knows about, like, the tragedy that happened when she was in the den. And then that never got followed up on. And Kate's now just out. She just escaped. So it's not that scary. There's just a lot of like plot holes like that I'm not quite sure how they get filled. It's possible they get filled. I'm really laggy right now. That's weird. It's possible they get filled in like other maps, but I don't want to have. I don't like Marvel movies. I don't like having to watch 1,000 things to get the context for one thing. So maybe like a summary of all the maps that you need to have played before this for this to make sense. I didn't like the gameplay as much from this one. Walking around was very difficult. This map creator seems to like backtracking without knowing you have to backtrack, and that's kind of weird. I'll play the next one because I've played the two of them and I just want to complete the trio. I guess that's my thoughts. I don't really have too many thoughts. Oh yeah, time the maps accurately. There is no shot this takes anyone 10 minutes. Unless you rush straight to the 3rd floor and then leave immediately. I don't know how long this video is, but take this video as an accurate time for this map. Like, I didn't mess around, I read everything, I made a few jokes here and there, but like, no way someone beats this 30 minutes on a first try reading everything. That's about all my thoughts though. Not a bad map by any means. I've played worse maps. I think at a certain point for me, I just read too many books to where I kind of just, my eyes just glaze over, my brain shuts off, and it's just like, yeah, let's just beat the map. So I don't know how this story and the previous story mesh together entirely. There's like a rough idea of like Kate and Dolph being friends. Why was there such a big time gap? Let's talk about that one too. That's weird. A lot of questions. Hopefully we get answers. But that's going to be all for now, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell friends of my channel. If you think you would enjoy it, it means a lot to me, and you guys share my videos around. And I'll catch you guys all back in next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.